Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. The Miami Dolphins enter the 2024 season with high hopes, having made the playoffs in each of the previous 2 years under head coach Mike McDaniel. With explosive talent on both sides of the ball, fans expected another postseason run and potentially even a deep playoff push. But instead, the Dolphins stumbled through a frustratingly inconsistent campaign that ended with an 8-9 record, placing them second in the AFC East and outside the playoff picture. It was a step backward that caught many off guard, especially given the presence of stars like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on offense. The Dolphins' offensive output dropped significantly, averaging just 20.3 points per game and ranking 22nd in the NFL in that category. Total yardage also dipped, landing the team at 18th overall with an average of 325.4 yards per game. It was clear something wasn't clicking, and one of the biggest question marks surrounded the regression of Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle's 2024 season was his least productive since entering the NFL in 2021. After 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, Waddle's numbers dropped across the board, raising concerns among fans and analysts alike. He finished the year with only 744 receiving yards, along with career lows in receptions, 58, targets, 83, and touchdowns, too. For a player of his caliber, known for his speed, separation, ability, and dynamic playmaking, that kind of dip was both surprising and disappointing. Whether it was due to a lack of chemistry with quarterback TUA TAGOVAILOA, nagging injuries, or something less tangible, Waddle simply didn't look like himself. And when the Dolphins needed him most, during critical moments late in the season, he often wasn't the game-changing weapon fans had come to expect. The drop-off led to questions about his role in the offense and whether he could bounce back in 2025 with renewed focus and determination. On June 10, 2025, Waddle finally opened up about his 2024 struggles during a media availability session at Dolphins' mandatory minicamp. Speaking candidly to reporters, Waddle didn't make excuses or blame anyone else. Instead, he admitted the season wasn't what he hoped for and pointed the finger at himself. "Last year was definitely the year that I didn't want as an individual," he said, acknowledging his disappointment. It was a rare moment of vulnerability from a player who's typically known for his quiet confidence and calm demeanor. His words painted a picture of a player who spent the offseason looking in the mirror and dissecting every detail of his performance. Waddle's honesty was refreshing and a positive sign that he's taking responsibility for his dip in production, rather than deflecting blame or avoiding the conversation altogether. According to Waddle, the root of his underperformance could be traced to some surprisingly fundamental aspects of his game. He specifically highlighted hand-eye coordination and route timing as areas that need improvement. "After watching the film, definitely a lot of hand-eye. I feel like I'm trying to move without the ball too much," he explained. "And just the simple things. Just timing, getting smoother in and out of my routes. For someone with his natural gifts, it's intriguing to hear that basic mechanics might have been part of the issue. It shows how fine the line is between elite performance and inconsistency in the NFL, and how even elite athletes must constantly sharpen their craft." Waddle's admission is a reminder that success isn't guaranteed, no matter how talented you are. It must be earned through precision, repetition, and focus every single week. Waddle's comments also shed light on how challenging the mental side of football can be. It's not just about running fast or catching the ball. It's about execution under pressure, awareness of timing, and the subtle nuances of route running that separate good receivers from great ones. By acknowledging that he was sometimes moving without the ball, Waddle revealed a tendency to rush plays, perhaps due to pressure or frustration. That impatience can lead to dropped passes, mistimed routes, or miscommunication with the quarterback. For a team like the Dolphins, who rely heavily on rhythm and timing in their offense, that can throw off the entire flow of a drive. It's encouraging, then, to hear that Waddle is going back to basics, working on refining the small details that make a huge difference in game situations. The good news for Dolphins fans is that Waddle is still just 26 years old and entering the prime of his career. His down year could be a learning experience that propels him to greater heights moving forward. He's shown in the past that he can produce at a high level, and he now seems motivated to prove that 2024 was an outlier, not a new trend. With Tua Tagovailoa healthy and returning as the starting quarterback, the chemistry between the two Alabama alumni could be reignited. Their connection has been one of the most electric in the NFL at times, and there's every reason to believe they can recapture that magic. Waddle will also continue to line up alongside Tyreek Hill, whose presence commands attention from defenders and opens up opportunities for his fellow wideouts to make plays. The Dolphins, meanwhile, have made it clear they still believe in Waddle's talent and potential. Head coach Mike McDaniel has praised Waddle's work ethic and commitment to improvement during the offseason program. The coaching staff is reportedly designing new concepts and route combinations that better suit Waddle's strengths, creating more space for him to operate and emphasizing quick, high-percentage throws that get the ball into his hands early. That kind of strategic adjustment could be exactly what he needs to rebuild his confidence and rhythm. Waddle's speed and agility remain elite, and when he's locked in, he's one of the most dangerous playmakers in the league. If the Dolphins can maximize his usage, there's no reason he can't return to being a 1,000-yard receiver and a weekly difference maker in 2025. Waddle's admission also speaks to the culture within the Dolphins locker room, one where accountability and self-reflection are encouraged, not punished. It's not easy for a player to admit their own flaws in a public setting, especially in a league where perception can influence contracts, media narratives, and fan sentiment. But by owning his struggles and laying out a plan for improvement, Waddle is showing leadership and maturity. Younger players in the locker room will take note of that example. It sends a message that growth comes from honest evaluation and hard work, not from avoiding responsibility or blaming circumstances. That mindset could pay dividends not only for Waddle, but for the entire team as they look to bounce back from a disappointing season and return to playoff contention. As the 2025 season approaches, all eyes will be on Waddle to see how he responds. Training camp will be a crucial opportunity for him to show that he's cleaned up the issues that plagued him in 2024. Coaches will be watching closely to evaluate his route running, ball security, and overall sharpness during drills and preseason games. But more importantly, Waddle will be evaluating himself, holding himself to a higher standard and striving to reclaim the level of excellence he's known for. The regular season will offer the true test, with every catch, every route, and every touchdown an opportunity to silence the doubters and prove that he's still one of the NFL's top receivers. If he succeeds, the Dolphins' offense could once again become one of the most feared in the league. In the end, what makes Waddle's story so compelling is that it's about more than just football. It's about resilience, self-awareness, and the pursuit of greatness. Every athlete faces adversity at some point in their career, and what separates the greats from the rest is how they respond to it. Jalen Waddle could have brushed off his down year, blamed injuries, or pointed fingers. Instead, he chose to reflect, identify his weaknesses, and work to correct them. That level of accountability speaks volumes and should give fans confidence that he's poised for a big comeback. As the 2025 season draws nearer, the Dolphins are counting on him to be a difference maker once again. And if his mindset is any indication, he's ready to rise to the occasion. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments, what's your take on the Fins this week? Big news is buzzing around the NFL landscape as rumors swirl that Keenan Allen, the seasoned wide receiver, is on the verge of signing a massive deal with the Miami Dolphins. Reports suggest a jaw-dropping contract worth $16 million annually, positioning Allen not only as a key offensive weapon, but also as the perfect escape route for quarterback Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins, who have been hungry for a reliable veteran presence in their receiving corps, could be about to land one of the league's most precise route runners. Allen's signing would bring instant credibility and a new dynamic to Miami's offense, offering Tagovailoa a trusted target who can change the game with crisp routes and reliable hands. The deal, if finalized, could reshape Miami's passing attack and potentially elevate their offense to a whole new level in the highly competitive AFC East. Sources close to the Dolphins front office hint that Allen's arrival is seen as a strategic move to provide TAGOVAILOA with a safety valve. A receiver who not only commands attention from defenders, but also delivers consistent yardage after the catch. The buzz is that Miami's coaching staff is eager to build an offense that reduces pressure on their young quarterback, whose development has been a roller coaster so far. Allen's experience and football IQ could be just what TAGOVAILOA needs to gain confidence and extend plays when the pocket collapses. While nothing is official yet, insiders speculate this signing could signify a turning point in Miami's season outlook. If Allen joins the Dolphins, it would create a lethal combination that defenses will have to prepare for meticulously, altering the balance of power in the division. Adding fuel to the fire is the timing of this potential signing, coming just as Miami looks to solidify its roster ahead of a crucial stretch in the season. The Dolphins have been searching for a receiver who can not only stretch the field, but also operate in tight coverage and create separation under pressure. Allen's reputation for precise route running and clutch catches fits perfectly into this puzzle. Moreover, the $16 million per year price tag indicates Miami's willingness to invest heavily in offensive firepower, signaling serious intent to compete. Fans and analysts alike are speculating that this move could be the spark that Miami needs to contend with divisional rivals like the Patriots and Bills, turning them into a legitimate threat in the AFC. The narrative around Allen's potential move is also tied to his relationship with TAGOVAILOA, which insiders say is rooted in mutual respect and complementary skill sets. TAGOVAILOA's ability to extend plays and Allen's knack for finding open spaces on the field could create chemistry that Miami has long sought. Rumors indicate that both players see this as a golden opportunity to elevate their careers. TAGOVAILOA by having a reliable target to turn to in high-pressure situations, and Allen by taking on a leadership role in an offense hungry for consistency. This story is becoming increasingly compelling as whispers suggest that the Dolphins are closing in on a deal, making it a headline to watch in the coming days. Critics are already buzzing about the implications of this signing, speculating on how it will affect Miami's offensive schemes and roster dynamics. Allen's presence could shift the Dolphins toward a more pass-heavy approach, giving TAGOVAILOA more freedom to take calculated risks downfield. Conversely, some experts warn that the price tag might put pressure on the team's salary cap, forcing tough decisions elsewhere on the roster. However, the overwhelming sentiment is that Miami's gamble on Allen could pay off handsomely if he remains healthy and integrates seamlessly with the team's offensive unit. As this rumor gains traction, fans are eagerly anticipating official confirmation that could mark a new era for the Dolphins. Meanwhile, the NFL community is abuzz with speculation about how this move might affect the wider league landscape. Allen joining Miami could signal a shift in power dynamics, especially within the AFC East, where rivalries are fierce and every roster upgrade counts. Analysts suggest that this signing would force opposing defenses to rethink their game plans, as Allen's route-running prowess demands constant attention. It also puts more pressure on TAGOVAILOA to take the next step in his development. The buzz around this deal is not just about individual talent, but about how this partnership might change Miami's fortunes in a division that has been fiercely competitive in recent years. Adding more layers to this rumor is talk of the Dolphins' offensive coaching staff tailoring their game plan to maximize Allen's strengths, crafting plays that highlight his route precision and quick release. Sources indicate that Miami's playbook might see a significant evolution, designed to give TAGOVAILOA the freedom to exploit Allen's skill set as a safety valve when under duress. This strategic move is being viewed as a way to help the quarterback maintain composure and extend drives, which has been a challenge for Miami in past seasons. The potential signing has already sparked debates among football insiders about how such a player-coach synergy could turn the Dolphins into a more efficient and dynamic offensive force. Of course, the biggest question lingering in the air is whether Keenan Allen can replicate his previous performances in a new environment. While his track record speaks volumes, the transition to a new team and system always carries risks. The buzz is that Miami's medical and training staff are confident Allen can maintain his health and productivity, which is crucial given the investment involved. Moreover, there's chatter that Allen's veteran presence will be invaluable, in mentoring younger receivers, adding another dimension to his potential impact. The speculation around his ability to adapt and thrive in Miami's system keeps the rumor mill turning as fans eagerly await the official announcement. Another hot topic surrounding this potential deal is the influence it might have on Miami's locker room culture. Keenan Allen is known not only for his on-field talent, but also for his leadership and professionalism. Sources say that the Dolphins front office views him as a player who can elevate team morale and set a positive example for younger players. This rumored signing is being seen as a dual investment, enhancing the offense with a top-tier receiver and injecting veteran leadership into a squad that has struggled with consistency. The buzz suggests that Allen's arrival could be the catalyst for a cultural shift, making Miami a more cohesive and confident unit moving forward. As this rumor gains momentum, the final pieces to watch will be how Miami manages the financial details and Allen's contract terms. Negotiations reportedly have been intense, with both sides pushing to reach an agreement that satisfies the hefty $16 million per year figure floating around. If the deal closes, it could signal Miami's commitment to building around TAGOVAILOA with top-tier weapons and veteran savvy. The NFL world is watching closely as this story unfolds, knowing that a Keenan Allen signing could reshape not just the Dolphins' offense, but also the narrative around TUA's future as a franchise quarterback. For now, fans are left on the edge of their seats, eager to see if this buzzing rumor turns into reality. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up!